Hey, Leo Simpson the second here. I want to appreciate you for this moment because it's a very privileged moment that I consider it to be to share with you the very unique constructs of the solution to this pervasive problem of family life crashing and burning. And so, you know, I found myself in a very unique position not too long ago to where all at once I'm in a business environment where things were just thriving and vibing. I'm talking about the business organization that I was working with and the executive that I was working alongside of, the president, the owner of this company. We were killing the game. I'm talking about we had turned the company around in a year where the company was dealing with an industry lull. We were thriving. The company had experienced customer decrease as far as volume was concerned, but we were actually doing more in sales. I mean, we were training our guys and they were responding to the unique aspects of the training we were providing. I mean, we were thriving and vibing. And in the context of that year, with all of this going on, I personally was dealing with some things with my wife to where it was a struggle in communication in certain regards. There were things with my maternal grandmother passing away and a whole lot of aspects with that. Then my father passed away unexpectedly, and then all of these different nuances begin to surface with regard to that situation. And then my dad passed a number of days after that. My oldest daughter, at the age of 9, going into her 10th birthday, was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. I mean, I saw crashing and burning in a way that I just couldn't have imagined. And in those moments, I saw what a lot of people feel when they're dealing with the things that are probably nothing on the lines of what I dealt with. You might have even dealt with some things like that. You might know relatives, friends, or colleagues who have dealt with things like that or worse. And there's this sense of like, what do I do? You know, you got business over here just thriving and vibing, and family life is just crashing and burning. You feel like you got no control. You feel like you're not sure. You're just like, what's going on? Well, I've been there, as you can see, and I know where you might be, and I know where people who are connected with you and still dealing with these things are. And that is in that place where you're frustrated that family life is crashing and burning, and you probably feeling like maybe you need to let go of one of them. You know, maybe I keep the business stuff and let go of the family stuff, or maybe I keep the family stuff and let go of the business stuff. Probably even feel like there is a sense of the business life is just funding the family life, and really there's no reciprocation of value from there. Those are all legitimate frustrations, problems, and situations that can be very disturbing. But there is a light at the end of the tunnel. And so today, what I want to talk to you about for probably about the next 10 to 15 minutes or so is the Trilogy of Transformation on the trajectory of family, business, life mastery. In other words, I want to give you the 3 categories of awareness that you need to have with regard to seeing why family life is crashing and burning while business life is thriving and vibing, but then understanding how to actually eliminate that family life crashing and burning while business life is thriving and vibing, and find what is actually available to you. Discover what is actually available to you to achieve family, business, life mastery. So let me go to the board, and I want to give you the first one. We want to look at, first and foremost, as it pertains to family, business, life, the holistic perspective of them, it's important that we know that the reason crash and burn happens for family life while business life is experiencing thriving vibe is because there are misleading beliefs that are affecting what it is we do, why we do, and how we do. What do I mean by that? Now, I won't get into the misleading beliefs in depth because I don't really have the time to do that. I'll give you an opportunity towards the end to where you can actually go into another opportunity to get some information of that. But I want to give you the specifics of why these misleading beliefs are such a problem in the context of family life crashing and burning taking place while business life is thriving and vibing. The main reason these misleading beliefs are such a problem is because they are the source of the frustration. They are the source of the confusion, chaos that takes place between family life and business life. And more than anything, they come from well-meaning opinions. They are not rooted in, not even facts. They are not rooted in accuracy and truth. They're not rooted in the very substance of really what is the nature of family life and business life. What are the expectations between the two? See, what tends to happen is there's a sense that we give more value and validity to business life because of the amount of time, energy, and effort we not only put into it, but in many instances have to put into it because of how it produces for us as far as the way it fuels our family needs, our family experiences, and opportunities. And so there's a number of misleading beliefs about not just family life, but also about business life. And there's a dynamic with regard to family life and business life that needs to be regarded. But because there's some very pointed misleading beliefs that we have, it affects how we look at business life and family life, how we make decisions about whether we keep one or let go of the other, or which one we should choose over the other. And even choosing one over the other is a part of the misleading beliefs. And so it's very important that you have awareness that the reason that family life crashing and burning is happening while business life is thriving and vibing is happening is because there are misleading beliefs that are positioning you to operate within the context of insanity. Okay? Number two. Big number two. All right. Number two is, just like there are misleading beliefs, you know, the physics law says for every action, there's an opposite or opposite reaction. Well, for every misleading belief, there's also a what? Accurate belief. So within the context of family life and business life, and the fact that they're crashing and burning, one over here and then the other's thriving and vibing, if the accurate beliefs destroy the misleading beliefs, then we can actually see a thriving and vibing that unifies family life and business life. Very important. The reason this is important is, look at it from this standpoint. I want to give you a perspective related to fire. So I ask this question quite often of people that I'm coaching, training, having a conversation with. I asked my wife this not too long ago, and I said, so if fire is in a home, is that a bad thing? Now, I already know what you're saying. You could be saying one of two things. One, you could be saying, it depends, which that's true, and we're going to come back to that. And then you might actually be saying, yeah, you don't need fire in the house. Well, the true answer is it depends. Why does it depend? I like to use the example. I was on a podcast, the Present Professional, and recording that podcast hasn't come out yet as of the time of me sharing this. But the analogy that I gave, one of the host, one of the co-hosts, he actually has a little son. And I said, so, in your house, you got your little son coming there, and he got one of those little small torches, and he just going through the house, hitting down on the carpet and the floor and all that kind of stuff, just torching things. Is that good? Absolutely not. That kind of stuff creates crash and burn. Why is it crashing and burning? Because little man, he's got some misleading beliefs about fire and about the environment that he's in. He doesn't have the appropriate, or in other words, accurate beliefs to understand, hey, this torch that I'm using, it's a small one, but this torch that I'm using, it needs to be used for specific things, like maybe lighting a candle, maybe helping to light the fireplace, maybe helping to light the stove because maybe the the igniter may not be working, or the gas may not be coming through, whatever the case may be. Not sure. Point is that fire, when handled appropriately, not consistent with misleading beliefs, when handled appropriately, consistent with accurate beliefs, becomes fuel, right? Now, as it pertains to fuel, that fuel is a very important factor because it's also connected with accurate beliefs, which that's something we can go into a lot more depth with when we get into the actual meat and potatoes of this, which, like I said, you'll have an opportunity to connect with that. What's very important to understand is this. The thing I love to say about the misleading beliefs and the accurate beliefs is this. If you deal in the context of the misleading beliefs related to fire, you're always likely to end up with a catastrophic situation. But if you operate within the context of the accurate beliefs, you're always positioned to have a very comforting situation, which means this. The misleading beliefs creates crashing and burning. That's fuel too. That's fueling destruction. The accurate beliefs create fuel, but what it's really fueling is thriving and vibing. It's fueling comfort, hope, and health, and heat that provides nourishment from the context of food, heat that is in your furnace, heat that's providing relaxation by the fireplace, or the candle smelling good. Those types of things give off this sense of euphoria with family life and business life. And so when you deal with the fact that in the crash and burn of family life and the business life thriving and vibing, when you deal with misleading beliefs and dispel them and destroy them with the accurate beliefs related to these two dynamics and their nature, it changes the game to where it puts you on the trajectory for this, which is why I call this the Trilogy of Transformation, on the trajectory for the achievement of family business life mastery. Number three, once you identify you have misleading beliefs and you got the accurate beliefs that can dispel and destroy the misleading beliefs, it positions you to then be able to access, make use of, and leverage the master keys to achieving mastery. Okay? In other words, provides you with the keys to access all of the exponential growth, all the resources, all the learning, the expansion in the accurate beliefs, the the building of resistance with dealing with the challenges and circumstances that come with things you necessarily cannot control, or you cannot necessarily control. I say it that way. And these master keys, it was interesting. Let me give you a little nugget real quick. Each one of these, this is why I call it a trilogy, because each one of these three have three in them. So there are three misleading beliefs, there are three accurate beliefs, and there are three master keys to achieving family business life mastery. Now, why do I say achieving family business life mastery? It's because the problem of family life crashing and burning while business life is thriving and vibing is a situation where there's a separation between family life and business life. There's this dynamic to where it's like, I'm over here, I'm over there, I'm over here, I'm over there. Don't get me wrong, we are over here and over there and over there. But there's a different dynamic that happens when you start to think about family life and business life within the context of these misleading beliefs, these accurate beliefs, and the master keys that help you to achieve mastery in between the two. When you begin to achieve mastery, you begin to look at them not as they are family life, even though it is, and business life, even though it is. You start to look at it as it's actually family business life, to where there's a means by which they have this unifying connection, this meshing that takes place, so that when you think about your family life and your business life, you're thinking about your family life and your business life from the context of they have a meshing and a unifying and this congruence between them. Oh my goodness, this is so exciting. But here's what I need to be understood. The reason family life crashes and burns while business life thrives and vibes is because in the context of these master keys, there are things that are happening in business life that are not truly being appropriately leveraged to be exercised in family life. And the problem with that is, not only are you missing a lot of value, you're really not seeing that the things that are allowing business life to thrive and vibe really come from the family in the first place. And the truth is, it's built into you already to know it. So I share with you that there are three misleading beliefs. I share with you that there are three accurate beliefs and that there are three master keys. There are. Now, this right here helps you. Let me tell you why. Because you may not go anywhere with Leo as far as Leo as the family business life mastery coach helping you to leverage these. But at a minimum, you know that family life crashing and burning while business life is thriving and vibing is able to be ceased. It's able to be stopped. Yeah, because you know, if you identify what the misleading beliefs are, you identify what the accurate beliefs are, and you then begin to leverage the keys that allow you to open the door to the mastery of family life, business life as a congruent function, guess what? You're on your way. And I guarantee you, you can find that out. Because your intelligence, your ability to imagine and discover solutions. Matter of fact, you're a CEO, you're a business owner, you're an executive, you're someone who's influencing right now. I know you can figure this out, right? But here's the thing. I do want to position you to go forward with me and get some additional opportunities to grow with this content, because I can take you on a deep dive and take you on a wonderful journey with regard to understanding these misleading beliefs, really knowing how they are able to be overcome by these accurate beliefs, and be able to leverage these master keys. As a matter of fact, there is a challenge, a 9-day transformation challenge that I have getting ready to begin probably in the next week or so. By the time you may listen to this, it may be in a few days, not sure. It could be in the next month, but you can actually join for that challenge because there's going to be some wonderful connections and experiences from other coaches and trainers and speakers that are collaborating with me in this regard to really bring some value. But in 9 days, we're going to be focusing on each one of these independently and breaking them down, getting into them. You're going to know what the misleading beliefs are. You're going to know exactly why they are misleading. You're going to know what their accurate beliefs are. You're going to know why they're accurate and have the power to destroy these misleading beliefs. And you're going to know what these master keys are. And you're going to know how you're already using these master keys in business life, but not leveraging them in family life, and why that's such a powerful awareness once you have it. Get in there and get this. You know you can achieve it, but now you have to go and access it. I want to give you access to it. So there's a way you can do that down below. You just click the link and it'll take you to the information. Now, let me leave you with this. This is the power of these particular aspects of this trilogy of transformation. I found myself in a position with my wife, and I want you to understand something before I finish, sharing about this experience with my wife. It's important to understand that family life crashing and burning is not just about you to your spouse. It's not about just you to your children. It's not just about the personal dynamics of the immediate family. It's also about the extended family. It's also about the close relationships with friends and connections that affect your family life as well. That family life has a dynamic reality that needs to be regarded in order that it might provide value to the business life and vice versa. But that's where we can get into that. Let me share this with you. So within the context of the challenges and circumstances that my wife and I were experiencing, especially from a communication standpoint, there was this one circumstance where I finally got fed up with something my wife used to say often. What was it? It was, I need. Like, I promise you, I felt within we've been married over 16 years now, and I absolutely felt that she in many instances was just like needy. I just couldn't get it. I talk about it in my book, I Hate My Wife. It's interesting. Anyway, one day I just got fed up and said, look, tell me your definition of need. She tells me her definition of need. And at the end of it, once she was done, I literally broke down and cried. Why? Because I asked her, I said, so let me get this straight. Are you telling me that if there's something you seek to accomplish, you start with what you have and look at all the things that you're able to work with, but everything in between those two is what you say need? She said, yeah, pretty much. I said, oh my goodness. I deal with that in business all day, every day. That's how I achieve. I focus on what am I trying to accomplish? What do I have? And what's the gap that I need to close? Right? I was like, oh my goodness. That was when I really came to understand how much the things that I do, the things that I pursue as it pertains to achievement in my business life really are very connected and correspond to the things that I achieve in my family life. And when I begin to deal with these misleading beliefs and overcome them by the accurate beliefs and be able to leverage, make use of, access these master keys, it's changed the game for us. And listen, I'm still growing in the access of them. But here's what I know. When you get serious about them, understanding that they not only change the trajectory of achievement and joy in your family life and business life, but that it actually influences you to impact the lives of others, you don't want to go back after that. So I'm going to get off my soapbox. I appreciate you joining me for this moment of talking about the trilogy of transformation related to family, business, life mastery, the trilogy of transformation that you can access and create a trajectory of being able to see family life and business life be of value in a unique way to one another. I'm looking forward to being able to share that with you, and I'm looking forward to you being someone who's achieving family business life mastery. You hear me now?